Right, guys, I finally did it. I managed to complete the grindiest thing in Dragonheir Silent Gods, and in today's video, I'm going to share with you guys some tips on how I managed to do it, and I want to give some constructive feedback to the developers because I really feel like something needs to change when we are talking about the way Arena and the medals work and how we are able to purchase the legendary artifact. Yes, I managed to collect 50,000 medals from Arena, guys. So I'm able to finally purchase the lucky playing cards. Now in the beta, I haven't sweat to go and purchase this at all. In the last season, I was slacking with Arena. This time around, I decided that I'm gonna go ham with Arena. So this is the 10th week, if I'm not mistaken, of season 2. And for the last week, I've been slacking. I've barely done any fights. But for all of the rest of 8 or 9 weeks, I've been doing approximately 30 to 40 fights per day. And that's how I managed to collect all of these. Now, I'm going to explain you a couple of different strategies on how you could potentially increase your ranking to be able to get more seals in the fight. Now, this is an amazing legendary artifact, guys. It gives you a lot of attack, and in each battle, the wearer will use either one, either two of the ultimate skills, and they will trigger a guaranteed crit rate. So you can build Filto, for example, with some disgusting crit damage and just one-shot bosses, one-shot enemies with the very first ultimate skill. I'm gonna purchase this, and I have 2,000 more, and I'm going to purchase this Heliolite dice too. Now, this season, I've been doing a lot of Arena. Like how you may notice, I'm purchasing the Master Scroll, 2 Heliolite dice from here. I just managed to purchase this amazing legendary artifact finally. And I want to start with the developer feedback before I'm gonna move over to tips. So the main problem that this game mode, this Arena shop as well has, is that every season these Gladiator Seal, they reset. This should not be the case, please, the developers of Dragonheir Silent Gods. People are struggling to reach 50k. 50k is not easy and is barely doable for a small handful of people every season. It's not only that you need to have some decent champions for Arena, but you need to invest a lot of time, you need to be very patient, and you really need to want to get it done. Like, you need to stay and pick your teams. Maybe in 24 hours, depending on how powerful your champions are, you might have to constantly wait and use every single reset to find the teams that you can fight and win. You don't want to lose because you're not getting seals. The main problem that I have here, and the main advice that I would give to the developers, is make sure they don't reset with every season. As simple as that. You know, let us be able to store them, because this is not a currency that you're getting with stamina. This is a currency that you're getting by investing a lot of time, and of course, by investing wire marrow, by purchasing refills every single day to be able to accumulate this. It's pretty hard, so I don't really think they should necessarily change anything else, except let us store this from season to season. Do not reset them, so more people can at least purchase their very first legendary artifact if they haven't managed to get any from the Pillar of Trials or from the Fame Mender. Now, let's start with the tips. Do not purchase anything at all with this Gladiator Seal from the Arena shop for the entire season till you can purchase the legendary artifact. Today, right now, when you saw me purchasing the 2 items, was the very first time when I used any Gladiator Seal for Season 2. Yes, I used the Team Competition Seal, which is a completely different one. You see, I'm purchasing the Master Scroll with that, and I'm purchasing one of the Heliolite dice. But I've never ever purchased anything for the entire season with this, because I wanted to ensure that I'm going to reach to 50,000. Yes, the Essence of Creation is tempting. The Starlight Stone is tempting. The Heliolite dice is tempting. But do not do it, okay? From here on, I will purchase Essence of Creation if I need it. I will purchase scrolls. I will purchase everything. And moving over from the next season, because this season I sacrificed a lot of these things to get a legendary artifact, I'll be going wild and purchasing all the assets of creation and everything else that goes through my mind. But for this season, the season when you decide to push hard on arena to get the artifact, do not purchase anything till you get to that part. Now, when we are talking about arena, guys, let's be honest, most of the games, they don't have arena the most free-to-play friendly game mode. And it's not because it's designed like that, it's because you will encounter most of the players on your server, and some of them are extremely powerful. Now, usually my placement is somewhere in a silver 3, so at the end of the week, I used to end up in silver 3, rank 30 approximately. And this week, I haven't stressed much about it because I was already at 49,000, so I was like, yes, I'm gonna take it chill this week because for the last 8 or 9 weeks, I've been going crazy every single day. Now, you are getting 15 refills on the cap, but they restore every single hour. And on top of it, you can purchase 2 refills every single day that will give you 20 more fights, so 10 and 10. And this costs you 50 wire marrow if you choose to purchase them. Now, there are a couple of secrets in here, guys. The very first secret is after reset, day 1 and day 2 after reset, the teams that you will find, they tend to be a bit easier, mainly because a lot of people are not keeping their best defense. Some of them look like bots, honestly. I don't know if they are or no. And then a lot of people will keep a one-man defense. Why would you do such a thing? Because you want to farm a lot of easy teams. If you're ranking at a very high placement, you're not going to be able to defeat the opponents. Like, I don't have a lot of opponents in the game that I cannot defeat, at least on my server. But they are at least probably 15 that I cannot defeat, I cannot defeat them, and maybe if I'm trying to do all sorts of different crazy strategies, I will be able to win one fight. But it's not something that I can farm consistently. So because of it, the very first trick, use a one-man defense, okay? You don't want to keep your full defense during the week. You want to put your full defense in the last 2 days before the tally rewards, because you want to climb higher to get higher tally rewards. That's part of the whole thing as well. But being able to rank up in silver 2, 3, drop down in bronze, rank back every single day will allow you to farm approximately, if you purchase the refills, approximately 1,000 medals per day, but only once you're able to reach silver. For the first few weeks was pretty painful to collect some seals, but once I started ranking higher, I started getting better rewards. And even by doing a fight, like in silver 1, you're getting 35 seals per fight. You do 10 fights, you're getting 350 if you win them all. You do 30 fights, you're at 1,050, so I used to get over 1,000 a day. Right here, you can see what you're getting for ranking in any of these tiers. Bronze is just definitely not going to be enough. You need to be able to move from bronze to silver. I never made it to Golden Griffin and probably not going to do it anytime soon, But at least, every single day, usually I drop down to bronze, and every single day I climb back to silver. And I'm doing this for like 4 or 5 days a week. Then I'm putting a full defense to climb as high as possible. And how I mentioned, every single week I used to climb all the way to silver 3, and that's what I used to finish. And the tally rewards for silver 3 are 4,600. So they used to be pretty rewarding, but I've done this only for like the last 3 weeks, 4 weeks, I would say. For the other ones, bronze, silver 1, kind of like with a bit of a stretch. That's kind of like what you guys need to do. And don't just try to clear the whole list. Constantly refresh. This refreshing is changing pretty quick. You're allowed to do it every 5 minutes, and you might reach a point where you're not able to defeat many opponents. So you need to come back. You need to let some people to attack you, and then come back to it and look what you can defeat. Now, every single team has a counter. You just need to be familiar with what champions can defeat what champions. You need to be aware basically what the enemy champions do. And as long as you have a decent understanding of the game, you're going to be pretty spot on. You only have jumpers and you have long range nukers. That's about it. There isn't much else to know about the game. Yes, if you have Tia, you're going to counter Sigrid. easy as that. So if Sigrid is a problem, bring in Tia. She's gonna put block debuffs on all of your range heroes. Sigrid, she's going to do nothing, you know. So use a tank, use some damage dealers. Sometimes you might want to use jumpers like Trollgar right here. Sometimes you might want to use champions like Yola or Sigrid, you know, or Filto. Filto is super easy to counter as well. But that's what I would recommend you guys to do. Like, look, Filto has this range, okay? If you're not in his range, he cannot hit you. He's not going to hit anyone with the ultimate. So what you want to do is dodge Filto. Put everyone in this corner, and Filto won't be doing anything whatsoever. Now, I do need to bring in more damage in here because he seems to have quite a bit of healing. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to bring in my Lysenia instead of Gillian to have more damage. Now, Gardrus can be pretty dangerous with this ultimate skill because I cannot dodge him. The good thing is that he has 11.4 seconds to use this. And always check how fast is the enemy, you know, like you have the threat. You have Tamar, you have champions that can instantly affect you. Check how fast they are. So look at the skill haste. Well, I have this artifact and I have this much skill haste. Well, he has this artifact and he has this much skill haste. Or if you don't wanna do the math quickly in your head, you can always click on here and you see, 11.4 seconds. You're getting wrecked, boy, because I'll be using my ultimate way faster than you. And mainly is a game of speed. You know, if you're taking your actions first and you are able to control the enemy like we are doing right here, we've put recharge speed penalty on him. Yes, he stunned us. Big deal. Because right now, that's it. You know, if you have a good damage dealer, you're taking them down. Yes, I know I'm using some very strong champions. I have a lot of options to use, especially since I summoned Vitar, you know, but I'm just kind of like giving you an example of how you need to look at an enemy team, you know, like don't think that I won't be fighting teams that have better champions than me, because there are plenty of them. Like there's so many Mithrasis in here. Like this one right here, you might think that the biggest danger in here is having all these champions together. Well, I have Vinyara built with no HP whatsoever. So when they're using jumpers like Trollgar, Questa, or Karam, they're all going to come to Vinyara. They're not going to go back to my Vitar to kill her or to my other damage dealer, because look at this HP. I have a high defense, so she survives. So like this, I'm going to be able to tank some of the hits. But right here, I don't want to kill these champions here. The main enemy that I want to kill in here is going to be that Mithrasis. So I'm going to change a bit the way I'm doing my strategy. Trollgar is going to jump on my Vinyara, so I want to make sure I'm going to put Vinyara in range of Vitar. Vitar as well has this ultimate, this battle skill, sorry, that doesn't hit the entire map. So if they're not in her range, she's not going to hit anyone. So I'm trying to make sure I'm getting Mithrasis in my range, because if she's constantly reviving, we're going to be in trouble. So you see, even the Lysenia HP is much, much higher. And we're going to go in like this. I'm using the attack aura. My tank will make one move in here. His tank is going to make one move in there. Trollgar is going to jump on my tank. And after, once his battle skill is ready, he's going to jump on Vinyara. But in the meantime, I'm going to have my battle skill ready, which is on 5 seconds. And his battle skill, because he has more skill haste, is going to be in 4.9. So he's going to jump directly on my Vinyara a millisecond before I'm going to use my battle skill, which will damage him a lot. So check this out. You see, one move from both of the tanks is like playing chess. I use the battle skill as soon as he jumped. He's dead. She's going to revive, or she might not get to revive. But the main thing is, because she's so OP, Mithrasis, she's so freaking OP, I want to make sure I'm in range to deal damage on her constantly. I do not want her to constantly revive and keep me in this fight forever, you know? There are many teams that are much, much stronger than what I'm using. The main thing is to use my builds to my advantage. Speed is key, how I mentioned, and always check what the enemy has. I'm not going in blind in a fight unless it looks super easy, you know? This is a super easy fight, for example. Like I don't really have to stress about it, but even this can turn out and be harder than I thought. You can definitely underestimate the opponent. Look at the skill haste. You see 82 skill haste. Luckily, it has the Crown of the Unclean, and it doesn't have a better artifact, because that would make me go slower. She's not even built, so she's not such a big issue. Voresh, he does have the Rift Hourglass, but he only has 35 skill haste, so he's not gonna take the turn in front of me. Now, right here, because this Yola might actually really use the ultimate skill on my team, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna bait her to use it on these heroes right here. So when you have a group of hero, 2, 3 of them together, she will always, all of them will always use their ultimate on the group that is higher. So if you have 2 and 2 champions like this, she will still use her ultimate on a Garius and on a Vinera, because she started hitting him first. So if I would have them like this, she would use the ultimate on the 3 heroes right here at the back. But I'm gonna do it like this. Check this out. Now my Vinera, she is already immune to crowd control because of the passive. Sorry, I was clicking on the wrong thing. So check this out. If that I think I'm gonna kill that Sigrid with a battle skill. Almost okay. But check it out when it happens. You see? Seems like it actually reached my my Faesa there. If I was moving it a couple of tiles away from it, it would have been bad actually. But there you go. You know exactly where they're going to use their ultimate if you control the fight. That's what you need to do in order to win most of the fights. And how I mentioned, yes, some teams, they are just too hard to beat, and you cannot do it, which is fine. You're gonna have to wait and reset again. But that's how I managed to finally get this freaking artifact. Like, it's going to be absolutely amazing on my Filto. I actually cannot wait to get it done. I am hoping that I have enough Essence of Creation to max it, because I've been saving it. And there we go. I maxed it, and now 2 ultimate skills casting will trigger guaranteed crit effects. So my Filto will go in the Feymander now and one-shot anyone when he's using the ultimate skill, because I'm gonna give him such a disgusting build with so much crit damage, because I don't need any crit rate, you know, for the first 2 ultimate skills. And this is strong for Arena, it's strong for everything, guys. That's why I would really suggest you to get it. And please, Dragonheir Silent Ghost developers, change the way it's working change the way the system is working at the moment. Please allow us to keep the seals from season to season, so more players can acquire legendary artifacts. I know it's very hard to get them. At least give them this opportunity to get this amazing legendary artifact. Hopefully you guys found this video helpful. If you want to see more Arena videos, guys, because I enjoy it actually. Frankly, I enjoy Arena. I like playing with different strategies, and I like trying all sorts of champions. Let me know in the comments down below. I might be doing some in the near future. I've done some in the past. They haven't really performed very well, so I just assume that most people have zero interest in Arena. Looking forward to the day when they are actually going to change the tanky meta that we have at the moment. And that was all for the video. Much love. Appreciate every single one of you guys watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.